broadcasting live out of a basement in Appleton, Wisconsin. You're tuned into Fox Cities Core on WCZR Code Zero Radio. We're the show that gives you an opportunity to call in and be a part of the show. Our call-in line is 920-358-0795. Core.
So Collin Catalano, I always feel like I butcher that.
That's it. You got it.
I'll say Collin Catalano again, and Charlie de Villers make up Super Friend Productions. They're known for creating standout events like Weezfests, and Super Friend Productions continues to leave a mark on the local scene. They've got some stuff that they want to talk about. And the pair also makes up half of the band Modern Haunting. They've got a new single out called Ghost in My Room. And then later tonight they play at the Appleton Beer Factory with Candy Cigarette and Stay Outside. It's an honor to welcome back Charlie and Collin to Fox Cities Core on Code Zero Radio. How are you guys doing this morning?
We're doing great. We stayed up.
Here's the thing.
We did it again.
We did it again.
We went up 4:30 in the morning playing The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. To quote a Weezer song.
Oh, boy.
Rivers Cuomo said it best, I think, in Seasons
The
Winters,
song.
I Want a Dog, when he said, I made the wrong choice. Now I must pay the price.
And here we are.
Here we are.
You guys have done this in the past and you've been on. You stay up as late as you can playing video games. I don't understand it because most people would say, I want to get sleep. I want to be alert.
Yeah.
You guys kind of go the opposite way. But that is one of the beautiful things about Modern Haunting is you guys are pushing the envelope and you don't need to do things the traditional way.
Yeah, because it's funny.
That's genuine. So we have this whole new phase of Super Friend Productions.
No
right?
bits.
No bits. We're just riffing.
We're just riffing now.
Here's the thing, and if you can't riff on 8 hours of sleep,
You can't.
You can't.
It's too much sleep.
You get too in your own head. You start second guessing yourself. But if you get 2.5 hours of sleep, you're right there.
And we learned a new thing about The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is that when you're in Jabu Jabu's belly and you're carrying the little princess around, you can throw her at the switch on the ceiling and it'll unlock the door. We learned that. So that's a gamer pro tip for all you gamers out there.
Also, I don't know if I've gotten worse at the game or not, but we were playing it last night. And I was like, why is this way harder than I remember it?
Yeah,
we died to the skeletons like
800 times.
But we got to go fishing at the end.
We went fishing.
And
here we are.
Well, playing video games, is that something you guys like to do when you're not creating music?
Not really.
That's the thing.
We don't really hang out that much.
And when we do, bad stuff happens.
Yeah. So, I mean, we play video games independently from each other.
Right.
But we don't. Thomas, who's not here, our drummer Thomas, he's the real pro gamer. Yeah. I think he's made it through the entire PlayStation 1 catalog at this point, and he's moved on to PlayStation 2.
He's getting through it.
He's the one you go to for gaming questions.
Oh, so I didn't know what to expect because yesterday Collin messaged me and asked what my favorite N64 games were, and I put way more thought into it than I should have. I'm like, what are my favorite N64 games? Because it's been like probably 15, 20 years since I played any of them. I'm like, well, 007's obvious.
The classic.
The classic.
Yeah.
And it's like, what other games are on N64?
Here's the thing. So I've been I tried playing new games recently, and it hurts my eyes.
They don't hit the same.
They don't hit the same, and they're too much to look at. They're too graphically
advanced. The graphics
advanced.
are too good.
Yeah, there's a little thing. And so I went back and I played Quest 64 like a few weeks ago.
Classic.
I was playing Mario 64 again recently, Paper Mario. My N64 is my rock. It's what gets me through the winter, let me tell you.
It's true. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. It makes you want to cry.
Yeah.
We bring up a good point. That's like with movies too. They just move fast now and more colors and
It's so much. Like the first time I saw like a 3D TV, like a 60 frame rate, 60 FPS, it was the smoothing, the frame,
the
smoothing,
motion blur.
It made me want to throw up.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Modern Haunting because you guys, your sound is a throwback to 80s horror films. Tell me, first of all, I know you've been on the show before, but for people that might not have seen that, what is the sound of Modern Haunting? How would you classify it? And what made you guys decide to go for the niche?
Yeah, so I've been getting a little better at describing it. So the one I'm cooking with lately is if John Carpenter was really into the Strokes, I think is kind of where we're at with it. It's an interesting story how I kind of got into that sound because it kind of applies to the show tonight too, because I'm really influenced by this Appleton band Before Dawn. They're my favorite band in the world, and they're also two of my best friends in the world. And I went to one of their shows, and their synth stuff is just unreal and out of this world. And it's really cool because Rob is subbing in on synths for us tonight. Right. So it's pretty cool that
Jacob and Nat are out of town.
Yeah, they're having a lovely anniversary vacation, so we had to call up Rob, and so he's bringing the throwback synths. He's got his Korg Poly 800, he's got his Moog. I don't know what model it is, but we're going all in tonight.
I know I switched out from the digital board too. I got pedals and an amp. I'm going back to how it used to be. How songs used to be played.
But yeah, it's just I like 80s synths. I think it's kind of a timeless sound, you know.
That Linn drum.
You can't beat it. Ooh. Yeah.
Well, Collin, I would say that your sound is baked in reverb.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd like to play higher up on the neck.
Oh, my God. Well, like, that's the thing. I've always talked about my two Desert Island pedals are going to be a delay and a chorus. Like, that's going to be it. And if you get one more, it's going to be a reverb. Like, that's...
Not a tuner.
I was talking to James Killian from Hyperia about it one time, and we were just, like, in full agreement. Like, that washy kind of guitar set. He's really twinkly up on the neck, you know. It just... Nothing beats it, and I freaking love it.
Yeah.
So the show tonight, you guys are pretty excited to play.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I mean, Collin, you've ran sound for Stay Outside twice now?
Oh, my God. They're one of my favorite bands. So the first time they came through Appleton, they had an audio tree that I was watching before the show, and I was immediately in love with their sound. And then I ran sound for them the first time, I think about 2 years ago. And sorry, I'm leaning back. But immediately got along with those guys. They're so fun. Their drummer, Noah, is a beast.
Oh, yeah.
He's insane. And just a big wash of sound. And it was actually really funny. Their bassist couldn't make it last time. There was some weird obligation thing. So they did this thing where they played his tracks through a bass amp.
That's right.
And so I mic'd the bass amp still.
Yeah.
And it sounded great. I loved that.
Yeah, they're just pure rock and roll energy. And I saw them last time they came through ABF, and I was blown away. And I was like, Collin, I really want to play with this band if we ever get to that level. And then Mark asked us to do it, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Collin, doing sound, did that introduce you to a lot of bands that you wouldn't have typically met if you weren't doing that, as far as bands that you end up playing with Modern Haunting?
Oh, definitely. Like, I think there's a lot of favors, I guess I've called in that way, where especially towards the beginning when we were just trying to play with anybody, there was a lot of people that like knew me, and I don't call in like favors like that lightly. I don't like just like, we should book this show just because I think it'd be cool. Like, I'm like, no, this would be a good bill. I really believe in Modern Haunting. I think it's a fantastic project. I think Charlie really cooked on a lot of like the ground up things, and then just has done a great job at selecting the right people for the job. And I was very heartwarmed when he asked me to play guitar for it the first time. So,
and here we are.
So when did you start Super Friend Productions? Was that after the initial start of Modern Haunting?
That
was post Weezfest, I think.
It was post Weezfest. Because here's a little fun story. We wanted to follow up Weezfest with an event that it's still, someday I want to do it.
It'll happen.
We had people on board. We had a whole group chat. We wanted to do Sponge Fest and do all the music from SpongeBob SquarePants. Find a nice outdoor, venue in the summer.
Yep.
Just never came together. But that was going to be the first, like, official Super Friend thing after Weezfest. But maybe someday.
Hopefully. I'm waiting for it. I love it.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
As far as events that Super Friend Productions have put on so far, Weezfest has been like the signature.
It's the anchor,
event.
pretty much. Yeah, I think.
And how many Weezfests are we up to at this point? 3 or 4, or is it more than that?
Well, we do the 0.5s. We do on the off. There's always one in November and one in May.
So there's been 7.
Wow.
Well, technically, we did the secret ones. We did 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. And should we?
Is it time?
Should we drop some news?
Let's do it.
All
May
right.
21st.
Weezer Wednesday, May 21st.
Maladroit Mania.
At
GBUFO Record Store.
With?
Florida Brothers Band.
Yeah.
Out of Milwaukee. One of my favorite standouts for me from the first UFO Invasion Fest.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a 3-piece, just punk noise, hooting and hollering.
It's
just
real great.
Oh gosh, it's a bassist, a singer, and a drummer, and just that's it. And we love them.
We're playing all of Weezer's Maladroit, which is Pierre from UFO Museum. It's his favorite Weezer album. So, and it's an underappreciated Weezer album.
Way
I will
underappreciated.
How long does it take you to learn a Weezer album?
Exactly 3 band practices.
Yeah, I think we practice at Matt's place, and then the first one is always like getting back into comfy.
Yep.
Getting back to comfortable with that, and then we go back and we're like, that was bad.
Yeah.
We need to really tighten
missed
it
the
up.
whole verse.
And then by the second one, we're like, all right, this has some legs. And by the third one, we're like,
we have to do it this way. I mean, we could play the Blue album in our sleep at this point.
Yeah.
Like when we practice that one, it's just for fun because it's like
genuinely.
Yeah. And then we always do dumb stuff where we're like, oh, we'll say we're doing their self-titled album, but it's a prank because we're doing the green one.
I was gonna say that, and then on top of it, like the day of, like we're at, like, okay, so we're gonna add this bit during this.
We're doing Paperface instead.
Actually, game time decisions.
And we're gonna bring Matty Day up on stage because he's here. Yeah.
So the GBUFO Fest, I mean, that's been a pretty fun event. Last year was at the Tarleton.
Mm-hmm.
Just dropped, some news about the GBUFO itself today, which you guys have played there quite a few times. Tom Smith, and of course, the whole crew there has been really good at getting some unique shows put together.
Oh, yeah. No, Tom has had his...
Tom is the man.
Yeah, he's just the guy. Like, he's been, ever since I started, like, kind of figuring out who he was. I mean, even when I was a kid, even when we were kids, like, he was doing shows outside the back of the exclusive
he's
company.
Just the cool guy at the record store when you're 10 years old who's telling you about this cool AC/DC album. And then,
Yeah, and then just getting to work with him when I was running his shows, at the Lyric Room, and then, as he's continued to do it, and putting me in eye line of so many great bands. There was like one during last UFO Invasion Fest that I can't remember their name, but the lead singer had like a tap dance floor that had like a contact mic in it so that I could run the tap dance solo through the mains. And I was like, let's go. I love that. Where else are you going to see that? Who knows about this? Is Tom Smith is the guy who knows.
He's been such a supporter of Modern Haunting too, which is like really cool for me and for us, I think. And he actually, we're on the bill for UFO Fest this year for the first time, so we're super stoked for that because, I mean, I think it's like the coolest thing happening in Green Bay. It's just all these bands that you would never have a chance to see outside of it. So
we'll be able to see Modern Haunting at GBO UFO Fest this year in 2025.
That's right. You also get to see Sinking Lessons on the same day. I think it's the first day. Sinking Lessons is playing second, and I think we're playing. Modern Haunting is playing at 6:30, something like that. So I think the schedule comes out on March 1st.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for people that haven't attended the GBUFO Fest in the past? Anything they should know? Like, would you suggest getting the 3-day VIP tickets first?
So I think it's 2 days this year.
It's 2 days this year, all right.
So it's a little more digestible, I think. That having been there for the last 2 years, it seems like a lot, but holy cow, you walk away. I suggest bringing like a notepad or a note in your phone to like take the list of like the bands you saw and then be like, these were the ones that stood out to me because I had to make notes of it. Because there was just so much music happening that I was like, I don't want to forget this. I'm going to go back and listen to these bands, especially because they stood out to me so much.
Well, we've been getting lots of comments. Aaron Bernhardt, I'll just read this one. Said, I'm so happy GBUFO let us run that show last November. They're so supportive and absolutely wonderful for the scene.
The Wood Violet show. That was nice.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got those announcements. That's pretty big. We'll flip back to other things that Modern Haunting has. You guys have that single out, Ghost in My Room.
Yeah, re-release, baby.
Re-release. So what's done differently on it? Anything?
Everything.
It's
from the original Ghost in My Room was the first thing that I put out, and I frankly didn't know what I was doing at the time. So I put it out just because I was like, I'll just put out a song. This isn't going anywhere. And then we started playing shows and playing that song and doing things differently live with it and changing up the arrangement and, featuring the synth a lot more and featuring just all these different things in it. So I kind of modeled it around how we do it live, but also modeled it around kind of the direction that we're heading. because coming this year, you know, we're starting to sprinkle it in. We're doing a lot more with like sequencers and using drum machine with live drums and all these things, and kind of going more, almost incorporating some techno elements into it. So that was kind of testing the waters. And there's just too much reverb on the original one. I'm sorry. I did, it was too much. I know. I got excited.
You've been EQing the reverb. So
I've been EQing the reverb. You don't have to pitch the drums down that much. You don't have to. You can, but you don't have to.
It's a stylistic choice.
You know, you can put a little fuzz on the vocals. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Modern Haunting has not released a full album yet. You guys have released a lot of singles and EPs. Any chance that you guys are going to, you know, you're redoing songs, re-releasing songs. Any chance you'll pull all these together for one full release?
All right. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah?
So, all right. I've got one single in the banks ready to come at any moment. It's coming out. I'm just going to say April 4th. We're just going to say April 4th. We're going to do another announcement.
Oh, yeah. April 1st also, we got something coming out.
Oh, yeah. We can't talk about that.
We can't talk about it legally, but it has something to do. We got to figure it out.
You'll see.
You'll see. Just know that it has something to do with some certain guests coming on later.
Later today. I don't think they know about it. So yeah, so that single is going to come out April 4th, and then well, you know, there's a Friday the 13th in June. So
yeah,
I'm putting I have a whole bunch of songs that are in various states of being done, and I don't want to say the A word in case it ends up not being that many songs, but the project is called From Beyond, and it will be out on Friday, June 13th. I can say that much. Worse. I'm not going to tell you how many songs are on it. You'll find out when you find out.
At least one.
At least like 4. At least.
Solid.
So how many songs, in your opinion, does it take to make an album? I know there's disagreement, 7, 8.
Well, if you so there's a debate, you know, because this band Weezer did this thing called Seasons, where they put out a release on the first day of each season in the year 2022. Quite overlooked project, if I can be
Seasons
so bold.
is good, and everyone should listen to it. There's something for everybody.
But there's a debate because each of them is 7 tracks, and so the debate is: are these albums or are these EPs? And I think they're albums, but that's just me.
I'd say they're albums.
Or is the entire thing an album? It's, you know, we don't know. So I don't know. I'm gonna say 8 tracks.
Well,
is an album.
What is Dope Smoker an album? That's
it must feel like length on a album would make a difference too,
right?
Like, you know,
wasn't it 40 minutes? Wasn't that what could fit on an LP
tracks,
back in the day?
It was 2 tracks. It was Dope
no,
Smoker,
like on an LP.
Sorry, you're talking about something else.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not qualified to answer this. I mean, Near Dark is nominated for Album of the Year at the BAMMYs, so I guess I'm gonna say 4 songs just to keep it, just to keep everything. It's 4
above
songs.
Board. It's
4 good songs about a vampire movie.
We're gonna get to the BAMMYs in a little bit. Sam from Horace Green says, "I want to know what's going on April 1st."
You were on the phone call.
We were hanging out. What were we playing?
I was playing Elden Ring, and you were trying to get work done.
I was getting work done, and then I got the stuff I needed to get done, and then I was like, we called
our friends in Horace Green and interrupted their productive band practice.
Yeah.
To
pitch them
a really dumb
idea, a really good idea.
And then we asked to go to Chili's with them, and it hasn't happened yet, but I want to go to Chili's with them. Shout out to Chili's.
Shout out to Chili's.
So we're getting a call. We'll see if this works.
Oh, let's go.
You are on the line with Modern Haunting. What's your question?
Hello, Super Friends Production. I'm out of Wauwatosa.
Yeah?
I was just wondering, do you guys know what time it is right now?
It's time to rock.
It's time to rock.
It's time to hit the city.
It's time to hit the city.
Do you know what time it is?
Yeah, do you know what time it is?
I thought, is it time to party?
Probably.
It's time to party.
I think it's, well, I mean, if you're talking to Eddie Murphy, he parties all the time. Or his girl parties all the time, at least, so it might be.
I'd party
I thought that they say that it's time to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's true. You can still rock in America.
You can still rock in America. They don't tell you that.
Night Ranger told me.
I didn't know that was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he's in that movie, Daddy Daycare.
He was in Daddy Daycare?
Yeah.
He was in Shrek 2.
He was.
He was in Shrek 3 even.
Who was the other guy in Daddy Daycare?
It was Eddie Murphy Jr. That was his son.
Murphy Jr. I didn't know he was white.
Oh, he's the guy who plays banjo with Edie Brickell. Steve Martin?
No, that was Cheaper by the Dozen.
Oh.
It's time to party.
That's our final answer. Time to
Final
party.
answer.
All right. Well,
Thanks for
thanks for the
the
Thank
call.
you very much.
thanks for the call. If you have a question for Modern Haunting, give us a call. The number is
question.
in the chat.
I love Wauwatosa.
Never been there.
I used to live there.
Amelia from 7,000 Apart said that 45 minutes on vinyl is what it is, 22 minutes per side. So thank you for...
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see if we got 45 minutes come June 13th.
We can pad it.
We can put, well, because like you put the interview on the other side.
Yep.
You do the club remix. I do want to do a club remix of one of our songs.
Extended Synth Jam version 2.3.
Someone gave me the really good idea of taking Halloween and doing the extended mix and making it 10 minutes and 31 seconds. And I kind of want to roll with that.
Yeah, that should happen.
So you guys are doing Weezfest, which I think is a great idea. But let me pitch you guys an idea.
Okay.
Oh,
And
right.
nobody, like, this is something I wish that I could do.
Okay.
Just a show of, like, covering other people's songs. Just a show, you're just playing everybody's songs. Everybody else's songs. I don't know if that'd be a lot of work, probably. but-
Everybody's
It'd be
songs?
fun.
Well, not everybody's. You know, you could leave
Just
some
like-
people's out if you wanted to, but
We've tossed around the idea of we haven't figured out quite what it is yet, but something called Super Friends Fest,
Yeah.
where we knew that we just want to involve all the bands that we know and love and our friends and stuff like that. We're like, we want to make it something special and something different.
You have to cover each other's songs.
But yeah, I think that was going to be part of it. There was another idea too, but I think like now it's the Songwriters Festival happening at the Charlton, where you just kind of mix yourself up with the other musicians that you haven't had a chance to work with.
yeah, we've got so much to talk about. We'll talk about that in a bit. We've got a comment here I want to address quick before I lose it. It's from Levi Besaw. He says, "Can't wait to see y'all at can't wait to see y'all at your good fest."
Oh,
Your Good
yeah.
Fest.
That
That's
really
another
tripped me
thing.
up.
That one was really fun.
Yeah.
That was the first time we experimented with, like, because Thomas couldn't make it, so we just did drum machine and like have a little Korg Volca, a little tiny little synth thing with a not very good sequencer in it. And so we just did that in the middle of the woods, and it was weird, and it was.
Dude.
I had to tape my laptop to just like a wooden beam.
That's right.
It was pretty fun.
Dude, your Good Fest is such a good time.
It's so
though.
cool.
So like last year, last year was the second year I think we did it at a train station. Levi kind of puts a lot of the bands together. I think we're pretty much figured out who's playing what. I think we're gonna be announcing that pretty soon. But Modern Haunting's playing it again this year, and it's just fun because it's this band shell that was put up in the middle of the woods. You're playing to just a giant opening, and then it's like the woods behind it. So like every note you play kind of carries out for a while, and you get this cool natural ambiance to it, especially once like the sun goes down.
Yeah.
And it's just gorgeous. It's be on the lookout to hear more about your Good Fest very soon.
Is it hard to keep up with all the different fests and everything? Obviously, it seems like there's more and more, which is great.
Yeah.
Like, does it make it easier to jump on a bill at something like that and get people to show up versus scheduling something at just a one-off show at a venue?
I'm a firm believer that if an event has a solid theme, people will show up for it, and if you can get everyone to just commit to that bit, like we did a show that we just decided was Goth Night, and everyone just showed up it's the picture of the Halloween album cover or the cover art is us on Goth Night.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like sometimes we decide like 2 hours beforehand. It's like, okay, everyone wear cowboy stuff tonight.
Oh yeah.
Or
it's like costume night or something like that.
So when it's a fest that has a whole theme or a whole vibe, I think it's easier to just like have it in your calendar or like half Halloween even. You know, it's stuff like that. I think it's more than just a show, even if the only thing that takes it to that next level is like, oh, it has a name now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So names really can make a difference to get interest or eyeballs.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah.
So let's talk about the BAMMYs. The BAMMY Awards are coming up. They're March 19th and 20th.
That's
the
right.
ceremony. You guys are nominated for a bucket of awards this year. How does that feel to number one, go back to the BAMMYs for the second year? And number two, you won last year.
Yeah.
How does that feel? And does that drive up the pressure? Well, we're going to have to go back to because we're getting a phone call. You're on the air. Oh, hold on. You're on the air with Modern Haunting. What's your question?
Hi guys, it's Erin.
Hey,
I was just wondering, how much caffeine have you had, and have you had more than ibuprofen today?
I can't have ibuprofen anymore. I've had
not allowed.
a cup and a half of coffee.
This is halfway through my second cup here
We're doing all right.
so far.
We're doing good. But we like caffeine. We like coffee. Keeps us going.
We're
Aaron, do you think that these guys are better performers when they're whacked out on coffee or when they're kind of stepping back a little bit?
I don't know. I go to everything that I can anyway.
I don't think Aaron's ever seen us not whacked out on coffee.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
What's your
That's true. That's
What-
very true.
Aaron? What's your favorite Modern Haunting song?
Oh God, that's hard. I really like Halloween, and I really like Trapped. You guys
Classic.
are amazing, and I appreciate you guys.
Aw,
We love you, Aaron.
Legend of Zelda stream was fun last night.
yeah. Thanks for being.
Thanks for being so active.
Thank you for the call, Aaron.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Aaron's a sweetie.
BAMMYs. We were talking about BAMMYs.
Oh, I think kind of my 2 cents on the thing was like we were talking about like festivals and just like things just happening. Like summer for any musician is like this crazy whirlwind of time. So like you go through like your performance season and then things kind of slow down in the winters, and like it's so hard to pick apart what you did that year. A lot of times we tried doing it at a bar one time. We're like, what shows did we play? And we're like, I don't remember doing that. Oh, I think I do.
You got to go through the Instagram
You
and
do.
look at
And then
pictures.
you see the nominations and everything. You're like, oh wow, like it really kind of putting it all in one place really feels pretty cool to like see everything you've done that year like summed up into something like that.
Were you pretty shocked when you won last year?
I was
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah, because I mean we hadn't even been a band for 6 months at that point.
That's
And to think that we made enough of an impact for the panelists in that time was pretty nuts. And again, being nominated for so many things this year, like it's cool. It feels really good to be recognized because even though we do a lot of bits, Collin and I put in a ton of work to try to sort of prop up the Green Bay scene and play as many cool shows and bring as many cool things to the table as possible. So it feels really good to be recognized for that. And actually, we can officially announce we're going to be playing at the BAMMYs. We're going to be playing "Ghost in My Room," which is nominated for Song of the Year. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty darn exciting, and the fact that you guys are going to be playing there and you're nominated for so many more awards this year, is that going to drive up the nervousness?
No.
As long as I don't have a repeat of last year, I think I'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
So last year,
I wish I got a picture.
So last year, Collin missed when Modern Haunting won one of the awards. He was not in the.
I missed both.
He was. What were you doing?
So
Collin?
what happened was we went out. So I got the septum piercing day of the BAMMYs last year, and we went out and got pizza with Spencer Slater and I think Trevor too or something.
Someone was
But we were getting pizza and I had a few drinks there.
had a few beers.
Had a few shooters in the parking lot beforehand.
Yeah, it's fine.
I had like 4 more beers while we were waiting for the awards to go through, and I just remember reaching that point where I took a drink and I was like, I got that tunnel vision where I'm like, oh no, I can't go up there. And my mom and my aunt are in attendance, and they're just like, or my dad and my uncle are there too, and they're just like looking at me like something's wrong. And then I'm like, I have to use the bathroom. And then so I was doing my thing in the bathroom, and then all of a sudden I hear the house band playing Terrified. And I was like, no way. And so I ran out of the bathroom and I sat in the aisle as I watched you and Thomas accept the award. And I was like, all right, I'm out of here. And then I went out to the parking lot and And then so I fully missed the second award too, and disappeared. Got like 7 missed calls from you and my parents.
You're gonna be a good boy this year, though.
I got a stern talking to.
You got a stern talking
from
to
my parents, so I had to agree that I would tone it down this year. I've made several promises.
I think as a whole, everyone's toned it down a lot recently.
I think so. Yeah, Kate, that's not
We're
sustainable.
not getting any younger.
Yeah.
I'm going to interject with a comment here. Aaron said, you generally are so encouraging and supportive of the scene. I don't think I would have felt confident starting to play shows and things without you guys. And then we had a question from Everett. If you could get the rights to a horror movie other than Near Dark to take clips to make a music video, what would you choose?
Okay, so there's this horror movie called Dead Alive. Well, it's called Dead Alive in the U.S. and it's called Brain Dead in New Zealand, and it was one of Peter Jackson's first films, actually. Rob from Before Dawn, who's playing with us tonight, is the one who showed me this movie, and it is like the goopiest, slimiest movie I've ever seen. There's a whole part with the lawnmower. We watched it at Rob and Kate's house, and like we were screaming because it was just so absurd. But it's like visually one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and it's Peter Jackson, and it's like you watch it and you're like, this is the guy who did Lord of the Rings. Like, how? But it's just a lovely, highly recommended. I think it's like, I mean, it has surpassed Near Dark for me. I think it's my number one favorite horror movie of all time. It's like, it's so good, and it's free on YouTube. Like, someone just ripped the VHS and put it up there. So
there you go.
Check it out.
That's a great question. Thank you for the question. Also, another comment from the French-Irish Coalition.
Oh.
Yes.
Said, we are playing too. Let's stone cold some High Life together. And that must be the BAMMYs. So another announcement.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
French-Irish, baby.
I
love them so much. There's a monster truck rally happening in Green Bay, and I tried so hard to get Modern Haunting and French Irish to even just play the lobby, but we haven't heard anything back.
They wrote a song for Collin's birthday for Collin.
That was awesome. That was great.
God, they've been such great supporters of us and Weezfests and everything too since the very beginning, and just like the sweetest dudes. Went and saw them last weekend at the tracks, and just like
Travis and Julian
they just rip your face off every time. Like, it's such high energy rock and roll, and like, I love them. Great guys.
Travis also has this like side project called Earl and the Broke Hands, which is his like country thing, and I love that. I want him to do more, just so much more with that.
What a great scene. There's so many different genres of music, and the fact that I think a lot of people in the scene, even if they play a certain genre, they support, just lovers of music, which is great. And that's how you end up meeting people that you get along with, because you've got the same interests and all of that. So that's awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, there's some great people.
Are you guys both involved in the event going on, the West Songfest at the Tarleton Theater?
Collin is. I unfortunately had to drop out because I've had some things going on recently.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go see it. It's such a cool thing.
Yeah. So I'm as a songwriter and like as an artist, I'm involved in, I think it's like 3 or so days. I'm involved in the first 2 days, and I'm involved in the David, Wani, and I are kind of the ones recording. So the idea is you get 24 hours to write and rehearse the song and then to record it, right? So we figured that we would have enough time within the first few days that I could still go do my thing, be part of the songwriter circle, and then still be able to step back and record all these different songs coming out of this song fest. Something I can't remember the last number of how many musicians are doing it, but it's something kind of absurd, like 20 or 30 or something like that. It's
pretty crazy. So it starts Monday, February 24th and goes through February 28th. The songwriters gather and you'll be writing songs, and then it ends with there's songwriters from bands like Bright Hollow, Cat Plan, The Coves, French-Irish Coalition, Hale and Hall, Holly and the Nice Lions, Crestfall, Lightning Factory, Modern Haunting, The Prigs, The Raglanders, Shaker and the Egg, Sit Kitty Sit. I know Mike was listening earlier. If you're still listening, Mike, hello. Wagon Roots and the Vibe Center. And then March 1st is the big thing where the artists are going to get together and play these songs that they wrote over the course of that time.
That's right.
And I believe it's going to be also, like you said, recorded. You're going to be helping with the recording. You can buy tickets for that. It's a $20 admission. That's 5:30 p.m. doors and dinner, and then 7 p.m. showtime March 1st. But that's pretty exciting.
I know, yeah. It's as I said, we were talking about the whole thing because before I moved to Milwaukee, I was a part of this like all mixed up bands thing that happened in Green Bay where you had you drew names from a hat, and whatever band you were in, you had a month to come up with like a 20-minute set or something like that. And I remember I lived in Green Bay. One of the guys lived in Somerset, Wisconsin, and the other dude lived, I think, in Milwaukee. So we got to meet up once before the show, and it was a train wreck. But it was so much fun because we're like, you're still like working with people who have such a different like viewpoint. You're getting new insight into their process, and it inspires a whole bunch of new ideas. So that's one of the things I'm most excited for in this, is to see how everybody kind of works with that and get some new insight on how other people do their process.
Yeah, I for one want to see that. I feel like Tarl's doing a lot of cool things, and Kylie over there at the Tarleton, and this is just something we've got to support it so it continues. And
Yep.
Mike Thompson from Sit Kitty Sit said, "What's up, my friends? Y'all rock my world." So that was
Mike,
nice.
you rock my world.
Back at you, Mike. They're playing at Misfits tonight, or somewhere.
I think Misfits. I saw that comment that they were down the street.
Yeah, just down the
road. We were
road.
going to try to meet up after.
Hopefully, yeah.
What a guy.
You guys dressed up today, which is great. It kind of gives me a BAMMY vibe. It kind of gets me excited for the BAMMYs. And Charlie, you've got the black tie.
Yep.
Got the red carpet.
You could wear that.
I probably will wear this. We just want. We stayed up late, so we thought we'd show up and have some professionalism.
Part of it too is we as a duo felt so bad for the turmoil Carlo put you through.
Yeah, we're so sorry about those guys. Andy.
So we were like, we're gonna do a good job. We're gonna treat Andy with respect. And actually, we have something for you.
Oh yeah, we got you a little gift.
We got.
Oh, look at that!
It's A for Andy. That's for you.
See, this is great. You guys, I'm touched. I don't even know what to say because this cup that says Andy on it already.
Oh, good.
Is,
there we go.
I don't like it when people know my name, and I know Amelia from 7,000 Apart will be here.
Yeah,
I'm going to use this cup, or maybe I'll let her use it.
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's got. I love it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
I actually showed it to the camera and realized I was on that one. There you go.
Beautiful.
So, this is great. Hopefully you didn't lace the inside of the cup with any. That would be very funny, by the way.
But pure rock and roll.
Yeah. It's the rock and roll mug.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
We love you, Andy.
So, wait, love or just love?
Here's the thing, Andy. I got you another.
We actually got you something else, Andy.
Ready?
If I like the.
It's cold out there.
We got you a fresh pair of socks in case you need them, Andy. Those are for you. Just in case.
Just in case. Stay warm out there. It's
actually at last year's BAMMYs, Rick from Big Mouth gave some very good advice. He said if you're doing 2 shows in a day, make sure you change your socks. And that's some of the best advice. So next time you do 2, you have another show later today with Horace Green. So
change your socks.
You guys got my size right, 6 to 12. So
that's
thank you.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's how old you have to be to wear them.
You guys, I'm touched because the attention to detail here is you've got a cup with the first letter of my name on it.
Yeah.
And you got socks that are my right size socks.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
We've got one more gift for you.
We got another gift for you.
Come on.
This is the last one, I swear.
This is the last one.
We got you a $10 gift card to Quick Trip.
Just in case.
You
get a little snack later.
You get a little snack. So I'm just going to put that right there.
Yeah, that's for you.
That's for you,
buddy.
Get
yourself something nice.
Get yourself a little donut. Fill up your tank a little bit.
See, here I am. This is just, this goes to show. We're getting a call here. It just goes to show how great you guys are because I fed you guys week-old bagels from the Mark Goldie show last week.
It was beautiful.
And you guys give me a $10 gift card. I'm going to cry, you guys. This is
get
sweet.
More week-old bagels.
You're on the phone with Modern Haunting. What's your question?
Hey, boys. It's Sam from Horace Green.
Hey, Sam.
Boys' night.
Boys' night. Nighttime, boys.
Boys' night. How's your boys' night going so far?
Oh, we're having a great boys' night.
Oh, God. It's still rolling from yesterday.
It's a certified statewide boys' night.
It's a holiday.
Governor Evers actually just put out.
It's a holiday.
I saw, it's boys' night.
So, Sam, you've got
Banks are closed today.
It's true.
You've got a history with the Modern Haunting guys. What's your opinion on the band?
Oh boy.
Are you calling to find out?
I love them.
Aw.
You aren't calling to find out what's going on April 1st, are you?
He knows.
I have an idea of what's going on.
He
April
knows.
1st.
Yeah, he knows.
Sam?
Did Tony send you the stems?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet. Never mind.
We got the stems from
I gotta
Killian.
harass him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna call during the show until you.
We
send
called
the
him.
stems.
We called him at 9 p.m. and pitched him something real good. and
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. We had a mock-up and everything.
Yeah, I'm excited. I won't say too much, but they're cooking on this one.
Oh, we're cooking. Sam, we love you.
I love you, Sam.
And yeah, I love you guys too. When are we setting up that Chili's tailgate?
Anytime you want to go to Chili's, you call me up.
yeah, we're
'cause
going
I'll-
to Chili's.
All right,
We should
we'll
do a
set up
show
the
in.
Chili's. Yeah, we'll set up the.
Mm.
We'll just show up with the stage, set up the parking lot show.
Well, we're gonna play what? Halo 3 or something?
I think between all of the members of our
Yeah.
bands, somebody has to be qualified to be the manager of a Chili's. So
Right.
I
If you
think
put us all together, you got one person.
we could run a Chili's. We could run a Chili's
into
together.
the ground.
No, we could
Yeah,
run a.
that would be the smoothest, the most well-oiled machine.
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
we'll do it.
We have the resources. Well, I'll let you guys get back to the interview. I love you, boys.
Love you
Love
too.
you,
Looking
Sam. We'll
forward to
see you
years
soon.
later.
So are
Oh
you,
yeah. Have a good show tonight.
Oh, thanks.
Play the hits.
We're
Nothing
playing
but hits.
Nothing but hits.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you for the call.
That's a certified nighttime
Yeah.
boy
That's
right
a
there.
certified NTB.
Nighttime boy.
Nighttime boy. Have you guys thought about writing a song like a murder song or a horror movie song about a nighttime boy?
That's an idea.
There's a song called Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
It's not about a boy, but it is about a murderer. There's a song called
You know the one.
You know the one. There's elements of that. Bill Paxton from Near Dark is a nighttime boy.
Oh, you?
Oh, you? Andy, have you seen the movie Near Dark?
I have not.
Oh, it's a good movie. It's got Bill Paxton in it.
I want to hear about. I want to hear about your guys' approach to songwriting.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you seem to be the team in the band, but we're getting another call. This is
Oh my
Let's
God.
this is
go.
good. You're on the
Who's here?
line with Modern Haunting. What's your question?
Hello. This is Franklin once again out of Wauwatosa. I'm wondering, do you guys play cribbage?
I
Yeah.
love cribbage.
Yeah, we do.
Unironically, I love cribbage. I want to do a cribbage tournament. There's one at the pump room, and I want to go play
thank-
cribbage.
Yeah, it's a
Thank
good game.
God. So I'm sitting here with my wife,
Yeah.
and
My
I've
wife.
got a 9,
Yeah.
an ace, a 3, a 7, a king, and a queen.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to know what to throw in the crib, boys. It's my crib.
All right, this is what you do, right?
King and the Queen.
King and the Queen.
Because then you get a 5. You're gonna get a 5.
You're gonna get a 5.
You're gonna get a 5 because you got good luck.
Full house, baby.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But we got to be quiet. I don't want her to hear what I got in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we won't tell him.
Well,
We
is
won't
she
say
tuned
anything.
into the show?
Oh,
Can
yeah.
she hear this?
Put the 9.
It's on the TV.
That's on the TV, the television, as the kids say. Here's the thing about cribbage. They don't want you to know this, but you can play whatever cards you want, and you can take as many points as you want, as long as you kind of sneak it in there. You can do extra pegs. It's not cheating. It's not cheating unless you get caught.
Uh-oh, don't take that soundbite. Collin, you're going to get in
That's
trouble.
right. So you're saying I should be cheating on my wife?
Yep.
Yes, that's what I said.
Tell him Modern Haunting sent you. Next caller.
All right, thank you.
Wauwatosa got a lot of people.
I'd say you guys are giving some good advice today.
Yeah. Can we make this an advice show?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if people want advice, they can call in.
Sure.
You can call in with whatever you want. I think, that's a good example.
proven
Call
that today.
What if we just call people and give them advice?
that would be good. Give me
Let's
some
do that.
numbers.
Let's set that up.
Yeah, if you want to, find me some numbers.
Cold call.
So when we got the call, I was asking if the songwriting process, is it mainly the two you guys in Modern Haunting doing the bulk of the songwriting?
It's pretty
mostly
much
Charlie.
Pretty much all me, yeah. And I'd like to bounce ideas off of Collin.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll send you 6 versions of the same thing with like one minor tweak.
Oh yeah.
But
I'll give you my thoughts. Yeah.
I know Collin's playing, and I know what he does, and I like to write my parts around what he likes to play for the guitar, at least.
And I think something that we're doing a little bit more. I think we're trying to like have the song and then play it before it's released.
Yeah.
And then just because they usually, as you were talking about with Ghost in My Room, it kind of takes on a new life within the band, and where it's like, oh, actually, this kind of cooks a little bit more.
And we never. I mean, I have recently gone back and listened to a lot of the Modern Haunting stuff because I just hadn't listened because we were playing all the time. Yeah. But we don't play it the same as the record. Like it changes so much over time, which I think is really fun. And I'm trying to take more of what we do live and throw it on the recorded stuff for this next release.
What was it? Near Dark, we're doing like a couple different things.
Yeah.
Like we were changing like the guitar part in practice like last week. Yeah.
I think my favorite one is the song Liars, which is the first song off of Friday the 13th. That one is kind of a low-key track on the album, but it's like a
huge.
It's like one of our hardest hitting songs when we do it live. Same with This Is How It Ends.
I love that song.
So we just like at our heart, like deep down, we really want to be like an 80s hard rock band.
Yeah.
And like the recorded stuff doesn't really reflect that, but when we play live, it's all because we went and saw Night Ranger last year.
Yeah.
And it just like changed our lives because they were so good. But
that
like
was another. I think that at every big moment of Modern Haunting and Super Friends like history, you have gotten either sick or gone to the hospital.
I puked so hard
because we did Vinegar Tom, and then you had to go to the hospital.
We should talk about Vinegar Tom.
Vinegar Tom, baby. We were in a musical play.
We did a theater production at UWGB. Yeah. Our good friend Ben Olnichek is a theater director there, and there's this play called Vinegar Tom from the 70s, and it's just like about the Salem witch trials, and it has like songs, but it's basically just the lyrics. And so Ben and a couple of the students there wrote punk songs, and then Ben came to us and said, can you like make these into Modern Haunting songs? And we did was it like a 4-night run?
Yep.
It was the coolest thing we did last year, and I want to put Evil Women in the set list. I want to put one of those songs in the set list.
I think first show with Nat back, we should do Evil Women,
But yeah, I mean, that's honestly, that's the cool thing about the Green Bay music scene is that you can just do that.
Yeah.
Like, you can just do that, and it's like, yeah, Modern Haunting is doing a theater production.
Yeah.
It's so
cool.
No
questions asked.
No questions asked.
Are you ever going to venture away from the horror theme?
So the song I was talking about that I'm going to put out in April is like the least weird song. It's not really horror themed. It's got the synths going on, but it's really not. It doesn't have that Halloween vibe. So that one is kind of out there. But then From Beyond, which is coming in June, is like if Friday the 13th is like slasher horror and Near Dark is vampire horror, From Beyond is cosmic horror. So we're getting really weird with it. But then we'll probably go back to something more normal. We'll see.
Yeah.
A great thing about you guys, as well as your live shows, are always entertaining, and you can tell that you guys put in a lot, just as far as the banter and just keeping it fun. Is it hard to keep it fresh, especially to people that are going to see multiple Modern Haunting shows?
Not when you're riffing.
Not when you're just straight up riffing.
Just riffing.
Okay, like I'll give an example because we've been doing a Cher cover. We've been covering "Believe" by Cher, which in my opinion should be the new national anthem of this great nation.
Agreed.
We've been doing it, and it's like funny, but at this point, it's like it's not funny anymore. It's just like fun, and we're switching it up. So we're retiring that tonight. But like we go into every show, we're like, okay, tonight is goth night. We're doing these bits. We're gonna do this funny thing. Yeah. Like, if we play the same set twice, I consider it a failure. It's got to be different. It's got to be like, oh, you weren't at that show? Well, you missed out. Because Collin shaved his eyebrows and you weren't there.
Again.
Yeah, you've done that twice now, right?
Twice now. I gotta find something new.
He just hates those dang things.
The glass is covered. I've been told I look better with eyebrows by no less than 4 people.
When you do that and you walk into a place or establishment or something, do you feel people are trying not to stare at right above your eyes?
I got the glasses, right? So they're like, glasses. It's like right there. It's at the line, but like there are times where like say I'm at my job, I'm running food or something like that, where they like I give them their food and they look up and then they get like look above me. I'm like, my eyes are down here, buddy. Go a little bit low. I think the other thing about the live shows too is like this is from the get-go is not something that we decided but just kind of naturally happened, is that our goal for a live show, like anything that we attach our names to, it should be a respite from all the stupid stuff going on in your life right now.
Yeah.
You should be able to have fun for like 4 or 5 hours. So like everything we do is just to try and like create that space for people to just let loose and have fun. And if that's through drinking 12 Diet Cokes on stage, through shaving off my eyebrows, putting a fan that blows my hair, you know, playing
inventing Pabst Blue High Life,
perhaps playing the guitar solo, but specifically a semitone above the key that we're in, like to make it look like I'm playing it wrong. Make it look like I'm not playing it wrong.
No, he's playing. He means to do that. He means for it to
every
sound
note
like
I play with intention.
That's true. I've seen it.
Just trying to have fun.
Yeah.
So you're retiring Belief today.
Yeah.
I was impressed. So Collin said he bought a board because it was the same one Cher used.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's dedication right there.
Yeah, it is. It's the Mackies. There's some old church in Nina Oshkosh was selling it because they got an actual board that works. I think like 3 of the channels are dead. The power supply for it weighs like 70 pounds. And it's the most nuts thing, but it's like a 24 channel, 8 bus Mackie something or other. And I love that thing.
Yeah.
It weighs like 800 pounds. And I'll use it for like one live show maybe, and then we'll track with it. But
yeah.
Haley wants to know, when can we expect a zombie themed arc? I have been waiting so patiently.
Oh gosh. Well, I mean,
that's when Modern Haunting hasn't been a band for like 6 years,
and
we bring it back
it's
from the
Return
dead.
of the Living Haunting is what it's going to be. 2028. Put it down.
Put it down. Don't pull me down.
I have a zombie tattoo.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Emily wants to know, I want to know if the Weezer song from Frozen 2 is confirmed for the next Weezfest. I might fly in for that if it happens.
We need a well, so we had Alex Drossart from Hang 10 and Big Mouth and all that. He did a song with us at Weezfest 3.
Greatest
if we can
man.
get him to, he is the greatest man that ever
He
lived.
is. I love him.
If we could get him to come in and play another one, maybe we'll do that.
I just want to play I Want a Dog.
I do want a dog.
I Want a Dog.
It's a good song. Weezer, okay. Andy, do you like Weezer?
Love Weezer.
Would you consider them a good band?
Don't lie.
Don't.
I think depending on the song I'm listening, but they are good. Like, it depends on good in what way. Do you mean good musically or good writing songs?
Right.
Because songwriting, they're amazing. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I could listen, and I used to hate. Like, I loved the Blue Album.
Yeah.
And then and then after that, I thought they were being too if we're just being honest.
Yeah,
This show's
go
not
for
about me, but
Go for
then
it.
I thought their songs all of a sudden were too sarcastic. I hated them for a while. I like the Blue Album, everything they did after. I was one of those people. But then I ended up coming around a few years ago. I'm like, wow, I gave everything a listen, and I thought, yeah, they are really good. Even the songs I thought were like just like Tenacious D-ish were good. So that's.
We were talking about this last night too. I was like, White Album came out, and I was like, thank God Weezer's good again.
Yeah, they put out a good album, and then they immediately
followed
just put
it
out a terrible.
I was like, damn it.
And then they covered Africa by Toto, and it was all
downhill.
It was all downhill.
And then Seasons came out.
And then it was good again.
And it was good again. So now we're waiting.
So yeah, we'll probably do the Frozen song.
Yeah.
Cody James said some fine gents on my timeline this AM.
Oh, I love Cody
Thank
James.
you.
Cody James Trio, Cody James by himself, anything with Cody James. He has a really cool cover of Come Together that I really like.
That's cool.
I ran him at Fox River House, and that ruled.
It's hard to do a Beatles cover.
It is. That's the thing. Like, I feel like any Bob Dylan song you can cover, you can really go anywhere with it. Beatles is so, like, there's so much, going
it's so
on there.
ingrained that you gotta
really cook.
Yeah.
You guys were kind of considered new on the scene a year and a half, 2 years ago. I feel you've done so much. You're now like one of the, like, I don't know the word to use, old timers.
Yeah, we
So,
are
Feels
old.
like it.
Who are some of the up and coming bands that you've been seeing and are excited to play with, or
We were
excited
at
to hear more?
Fretz. We were at Fretz for their open jam, and there was this like college band. Like, I think they were a bunch of St. Norbert's kids. I don't know if they had a name or anything.
I don't know where they're from.
I don't know, but like,
I don't know
if
they have a band or not.
Tight. They were, and there was another guy playing Theo Katzman covers.
Yeah, that was
Like,
cool.
It's just cool, like going to some of the open mics and seeing people who aren't necessarily doing shows all the time, but like still active in the music scene to that level at least. And just it's hard to say, but we're just excited that more people are, because I mean some bands are choosing to go on hiatus. Like Vibe Center is kind of on hiatus right now.
Center and the Saints breaking up. Spencer moved to Louisiana. Everyone's going away, so that's why we're the old timers now, because everyone's leaving. I mean, obviously you got the Coves who are crushing it, and they're going to be bigger than we ever will be, and I love that for them because they put on a great show. Aaron Bernhardt, Candy Cigarette, love them.
Aaron Bernhardt,
she's been getting out there and crushing it. And yeah.
We've got a caller on the line. What's your question for Modern Haunting?
Oh, hey, so I have a quick question about your band name.
Sure.
What makes a haunting modern? Is it enough that the haunting is like still happening now, or did it have to like start recently, or does the ghost have to be from someone who died fairly recently, or can it be like a ghost who's been around for a long time but just started haunting? And then a related question: what are your feeling about black olives on nachos?
Black olives on nachos. I think you can put whatever you want on nachos because the nacho is the chip and not the dish. Collin, would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. You can. I'm not personally going to be putting black olives on nachos, if that's like what the question is. I would rather put. Okay. I
Here
feel
he
like
goes.
this is
Get him, Collin.
All right.
Get him.
So there's this whole deal, right, about pineapple on pizza. Your taste buds are just not refined enough that you can appreciate something.
Whoa.
All right, and we've talked about this. Pineapple, jalapeno, barbecue sauce,
Bacon.
if you want. If you eat pork.
A modern haunting is...
I have big feelings on black olives, I'm sorry.
It's a ghost that knows how to use a cell phone.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Does that answer your question?
Time to process this.
Well, so for the caller, are you a believer in ghosts?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh
absolutely.
gosh, no.
No? Dude, my mom's
that's
got.
silly.
Let's get Mrs. H on the horn. She's got like
Mrs. H on the
three
phone.
ghost stories.
But I do believe in nachos.
I do too.
I believe in nachos.
I believe in life after love.
Wait, what are you putting black olives on nachos? Why do you ask?
Well, I don't know.
Thank you for the questions.
Quesadilla guy, really. If we're gonna be real about it, but
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I don't like?
Get them.
I'm just gonna say it. When you go to a place and their nachos, it's like a plate with some tortilla chips on it, and they just like have the ingredients laid out on the nacho. Like each individual nacho has ingredients on it, and you get like 9 chips. Get out of here.
Get out of here with that.
You gotta layer it.
who would do that?
That's
disgusting.
horrible.
It's disgusting.
It brings a tear to your eye. It's
Not to
terrible.
be.
That's
not
an
to be.
affront to humanity right there.
You're
That's
right.
what I'm saying.
I'm sorry if this is gonna get me some haters. I'm not a nacho
Here it
guy.
goes.
I'm more of a dip guy, like taco dip
Love a
and a
good
thing
dip.
of nachos. Like that's like buffalo chicken dip. Just give me the
yeah.
dry chip, warm, and then give me something to dip it in.
There he
That's what I want.
I think that's a reasonable take.
Yeah, I think nachos are just aggressive and nasty, and if you're sharing them with somebody's going to take the nucleus of the nacho, and you're going to be. It's like worse than Mario Party. You feel so betrayed.
That's why you just get it for yourself. It's on the menu as an appetizer, but what they don't tell you is you're
It could be
allowed
an
to
entree.
order that as your entree.
You're allowed. No one's stopping you.
No one's stopping you.
Big Nacho doesn't want you to know this.
They don't want you to know that, and we're here to give you the hard truths.
Modern Haunting's here to tell you you can order your own nachos.
Get what you want.
You don't have to share with the table.
Yeah, get what you want.
Yeah.
Bob Minter said spring is around the corner. The chest hairs are sprouting.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, here's the thing. I just have a tattoo. That I wanna...
Colin, you can't show that on the air.
It says, good pissin', brother.
So we talked a little bit about the Balcony Brothers. The Balcony Brothers had a big year last year. They played like an event after Mile of Music at McFlashman's. They were the hosts of the whole
the after party. Yeah.
The after party did sets with like Luke from Me Like Bees, and just came out there. Does the Balcony Brothers have anything coming up this year that you know of?
They will.
They will, yeah. I think there was some speculation on something happening in April or May.
Yeah.
But like we've been trying to call Skid for a while now.
They
and
don't
it just
have
keeps
cell phones.
going
It's
to
the hard
voicemail.
thing.
Like, and it's the landline, right? So then their messages are full. They got 99 messages in there.
Vic still has a big one of those big thick TVs.
The projection TVs,
Like the big thick
they're
ones.
like
yeah.
800 pounds.
Yeah, he's still got
I had to
that.
help him move it upstairs
It's
in his
horrible.
apartment. Yeah.
You were out of commission for a whole week.
I needed sutures.
Yeah, well, we'll get them. They just, you got to wrangle them up.
It's too cold. It's
too cold. They want to stay inside, and
yeah.
yeah. They're in Florida.
Speaking of staying inside, Modern Haunting is playing
More
with
like-
Stay Outside tonight at
That's a
Appleton
good-
Beer
good-
Factory.
Good plug, Collin. That's
Thanks.
good.
With Candy Cigarette.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great show.
Oh,
gonna be so
excited.
good.
I love playing at Beer Factory. Like, that stage is so nice.
Mark
and-
takes such good care of everybody.
yeah. And they got good beers and good food.
They
You
got
get a
good
basket
stuff.
of fries and some dips.
You can get dips.
You can.
So can people get your latest single on Bandcamp already?
Probably. I got to check that. If not, it'll be up later today.
Yeah, we're going to find that out.
Well, and we are playing it on Code Zero Radio, so people should just tune in and listen to Code Zero
Absolutely.
Radio.
That's where you
There
want to
it
hear
is.
it. That's where it sounds the best anyways.
Well, I want to thank you guys for coming back and doing the show again. It's
Absolutely.
always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for the socks that fit and the mug and just the great conversation. Enjoyed
Thank you, Andy.
enjoyed talking with you guys again, and love seeing you guys play live. And hopefully you're able to come back again sometime soon.
We would
We'd
love
love
to.
to.
Yeah.
All right. Any final words?
I got to go back to work.
Colin's got to go back to work.
I was supposed to
be
work
at
this morning. Yeah.
I'm going to take a nap. We'll see you tonight
See you tonight.
for some rock and roll energy with Rob from Before Dawn. You should check out Before Dawn if you haven't.
Yeah.
They got a new EP called Haunted Attraction with, I think, my favorite cover art I've ever
It's
seen.
so good.
But yeah, Rob's playing with us tonight. Really excited, and we hope to see you there.
The only thing I want to say is I hope next time I see Before Dawn they play Robbed in Miami.
It's a good song.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
Love you.